I failed. Again. And it's not the first time. It's honestly not even the first time this month. But this time I kind of handled it differently. And here's how. I fail a lot. This isn't the first time that this happened. I was all set to post a video about how I became a reading person. I was so proud. I finally was this main girl who reads a book, looks outside in the rain instead of scrolling on Instagram or watching Netflix. Until I stopped. I stopped reading again. It's not the first time that I failed, and it's not even the first time that I failed at this goal. I very often feel super ashamed about it because it seems like everyone out there is just becoming the best version of themselves as long as you just set a goal and you just stop being lazy and be motivating and follow it. And I thought, okay, I'm doing that. But then I just don't anymore. And I fail. And then I feel like I'm lazy or stupid and just not motivated enough. It's like I'm doing it wrong. I feel ashamed and, well, bury the memory of that failure somewhere deep in a drawer in the back of my mind, hoping that no one will ever figure out that I failed again. That kind of piled up. Every time that I started and stopped, that I failed in between or never really started. Everything came in that drawer, and after a while, every time I want to start something new, I already had in the back of my mind how often I failed previously and that I will fail again. I decided that that's not how it's going to be this time. Because I don't think I'm alone with that feeling that everyone out there is perfect and succeeding and you're the only one that fails over and over again. So, I actually learned some 3 simple things that helped me to handle that failure and honestly also helped me with future failures. Lie to yourself. Might sound weird because we should be honest with ourselves. However, if you start with a thing and already think, I'm not a person who reads, and then you start reading, you are more likely to fail. If you have in your mind that you are not a reading person, you are not a runner, you are not a person who's healthy or who gets good grades, how do you think will you actually become that person? There is a lot of research out there that shows that the more you think about yourself in a certain way, the more you become it. It's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. I'm not saying that all you need to think about is, I'm the fastest runner in the world, and then you become the fastest runner in the world. That's not it. You still have to put in the work. You have to set goals. You have to put in the hours. However, it really helps and sets you up for success to talk to yourself as if you're already succeeding. No one ever became a world champion in anything with shaming themselves into it. They need to believe in themselves to perform their best, and you need to believe in yourself to become your best. When you failed, look in the mirror. I don't mean literally and look in the mirror and cry. I mean more in a metaphorical sense. Look in the mirror and be honest to you about what actually happened. Why did you slip? Try to see patterns. Are there things in your life that happened? Is it that it was very stressful, or was it that you were at a party and your self-control was very low, or was it a different location? For example, well, I slipped when I went to my family. It's not that I couldn't have read there, it's not that they physically stopped me from doing it, and it's definitely not their fault. Instead of, like I did sometimes prior, thinking, man, I was at my family's and again I slipped and I don't know, didn't eat as healthy, I should really keep a grip on it. I thought about, okay, why do I slip all the time in that situation, and realized, yes, I did slip, but it's not that bad. For me, spending time with my family is actually more important. I was there and I wanted to spend time with them. I rather watched a movie with them than going in my room and read a book. I rather go for a walk than go to work out in a gym and not spending the time with them. Those are goals, and I want to improve myself to do that more often, but those situations where I spend time with my family, I actually want to spend time with my family. And knowing that and having those priorities in order and in check and figure out what I want to do actually helps me, because that means that when I'm coming back, it's not, oh my god, in that time I failed again. It is, okay, I was at my family's there. My goal is to spend time with my family. Now I'm back to where I live, and now I continue. So it's actually not that you failed, it's just that you succeeded in something else. Okay, now you failed. What now? It sounds stupid, but make your peace with it. Yeah, you failed. Okay. It doesn't matter anymore. You can't change anything about it. You can't go back in time and just make you still doing it. That's all gone. So you failed, accept it, that's it. But the one thing you can change is actually what you do next. I know it sounds cheesy, but it doesn't matter how often you fall and how often you fail. It only matters that you get up one more time. Instead of beating yourself up that you failed again, try again. Just try again. The same thing, something different, it doesn't matter. Reflect on what happened and try again. I read the other day, reading, because I started again, that the difference between being mediocre and being good in something is big. However, you can move from being mediocre to good. That's still on one spectrum. The only difference there really is between starting or doing something and doing nothing at all. So yes, you failed, but you still went one step in the right direction. Even if you just read for 1 day or 2 days, you still read more pages than if you wouldn't have started at all. So yes, realistically, you will fail again. You have to make your peace with that, because that's very often what happens. I will fail again. I know that I will fail again, but I know that next time I won't be afraid of it. It's not that something holds me back to start something because I'm afraid to fail. If it happens, it happens, but all the time where I did it actually helped me to become better. And when I fail, well, I know also that I already did some things. I went miniature steps into the right direction. Yes, the steps would be bigger if I continue doing it or if I wouldn't have failed, but they are more than if I wouldn't have started. So I should start again. So, is there anything that you want to try again after you failed? If yes, let me know what it is. I would be curious, and I think we should share more often when we fail at something to, well, make it normal to fail. No one is talking about when they're failing, but they all are happy to scream loud about when they're succeeding. And I don't think that's the best environment we can have. And if you don't know where to start to improve yourself, I made a different video with how to figure out where to start. So check that out.